The first question I want to ask is, how many of you all were here this time last year? Right. Well, if you remember that presentation, we went deep into the vortex of the credit crisis, and it required a lot of the audience. It required a lot of the presenter. I think I droned on for something like an hour and a half. There were a couple of people that needed medical attention. And so given the fact that 2009 was a much more favorable year, gave us much more to smile about, I'm going to give you a break. These comments tonight will last no longer than an hour. If I catch anybody sleeping, as I said to Ron Coleman, I'll tack on another 15 minutes. And so please pay attention. And with that, I think we'll have some fun with it, so let's get started. All right. It was Ronald Reagan who once quipped that the 9 most terrifying words in the English language were, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Well, in the last couple of years, governments have really outdone themselves helping to mitigate the impact of the global financial crisis. But now they find themselves in an interesting position. They have falling tax revenues, they have rising entitlement issues, and they have bloated balance sheets. And I believe that will force them to reassess the way they handle their revenue and the way they handle their spending. So the real question that we should ask is, are governments up to this task of fiscal austerity? Well, the way we're going to examine it is we're going to look at the 2 dominant fiscal policy strategies on the planet, see which one seems to be getting broader acceptance in this globalization movement, and see if we can peer into the future to discern which policy will be the one that most nurtures economic growth and creates the greatest environment for government stability. But before we do that, let's review the investing environment in 2009, see how we did, take a quick survey of the economic environment in 2010, get a feel for what we think the returns may look like, and then we'll peer into this deep and dark political subject matter. Okay, before I begin, for those of you who are not in the W&A family, first of all, I hope you'll join us, but let me walk you through the way we work with clients. First of all, it's all about you, and that's most important. So we go through a lot of notepads at W&A, and we can't give you the right answers until we've asked the right questions. And the only way I know to do that is to make sure that we have more degrees per employees than anybody who does what we do. Thank you, Ed, for bringing 5 degrees to the table. And so now we have 20 employees and 35 postgraduate degrees and accreditations. And so the combination of your specific financial condition and our financial intelligence will lead to the creation of a financial plan. And the goal of that is to make sure that all of your financial priorities are kept in alignment. And once we know what we're trying to accomplish, we can derive an investment rate of return. And then we plug in our portfolio models, our equity model and our fixed income model in the proportion that gives you the highest probability of success using our probability models. But this process is not static, it's dynamic, and things change more now maybe than ever before. And because of that, we need to make sure that we're in constant communication. So we have a very deliberate communication process. And when it comes to the investment side of things, it's important for you all to understand that we are all in this together. We've got well over $20 million of employee assets in the same investment models as all of our clients do. So there's never a moment where you ask the question, well, was that really an investment in my best interest? Because you know that anytime we make a change in the portfolio, happens in my account, happens in Mark's account, Tripp's accounts, all the employees' account, Ed's, it'll happen in your account. And so you have no reason ever to doubt whether we believe in what we're doing, because we do eat our own cooking. The other thing for you to understand is the way that we bill. We bill as a percentage of assets under management. Our incentive is to increase the value of your portfolio. We don't bill on time. We don't bill on projects. Our incentive, again, is fully aligned with yours. With that, let's take a look back at 2009 and see how we did.